Oi, oi. Hello, my name is Jared Deacon. I'm 24 years old from Newcastle, UK, and I make a full-time income online in the high-ticket sales space. And I want to help people just like you accomplish the same thing online, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to actually get started in the high-ticket sales space. I'm going to tell you how to become a closer, right through to showing you actually how to land a role with your first business. So the plan is to get you fully replacing your income in the next 3 to 6 months, going right up to about £10,000 a month. But firstly, I just want to give you a bit of a background about myself. At 16 years old, I left school and I went straight into manual labour. And to be honest, I didn't do the best in school, and I always knew school wasn't really for me. So I either had the choice to either go to university or just completely get out the system. So firstly, I joined the Merchant Navy. Definitely something I did not want to do, but everyone in my hometown was doing it, so I thought, right, the money seemed okay. Spent 2 years doing that, realised it was not for me, packed up my bags, moved to Australia. Initially it was for rugby, but I just fell into the construction game, working as a welder, chippy, right through to actually working on the Australian mines in FIFO, to the point where I'm now a high-ticket closer in the high-ticket sales space, and I can just work and travel and make money on the move, basically. I had a deep hunger to get out of the trade. It was not what I wanted to do. I think a lot of lads, probably like yourself who are watching this video, are in the same position as me. But the first thing we need to understand is what is high-ticket sales and how you can actually get involved. So what is it that I actually do? Well, I'm just a middleman between an online business and a customer, and I take a fat commission. Your job is just to make that deal happen by simply just selling expensive products and services online. And for example, these businesses are influencers like Iman Gadzhi, Andrew Tate, any online person you see will have a high ticket product or service that they're selling to their audience, and all you're doing is selling their offers for them on their behalf. Now, there's such a demand for good quality closers for these businesses and influencers, especially high quality closers, with the e-learning space currently at about 200 billion, and by 2032 it's estimated to be $1 trillion. So there's endless opportunities for you to take full advantage of this. All you need to do is place yourself in one of these online businesses, see if their customers are a good fit to their product and service, and have the confidence to actually sell it to them, just simply providing a solution to their customer's problem. There's no need to go out there knocking on doors, getting rejected. You're simply speaking to customers that are already interested in their product or service. To do this, you just need to learn sales, communicate effectively, and realistically just being confident in your ability as a salesman. And high ticket literally just means product or services range from 2,000 USD all the way up to 100k plus. Now we know what high ticket sales is, we need to just know how to actually get up and going with this. How do we actually start? Now, the first thing I did, and it's the first thing I suggest you doing, is becoming an appointment setter. Now, the coach, consultant, the business, whatever you're going to be working for, has a lot of leads, also known as interested customers, coming into their business, maybe into their DMs or on the website. So your job as an appointment setter is to book their leads onto a call with the closer. Now, like I said, this could be via DMs on their Instagram profile, getting them over the line, booking in onto a call with another sales rep, with the actual remote closer. You'll simply just have a brief conversation with them, see if they're actually eligible, see if they actually need the product or service that you're going to be selling. Then you book them in and take a fat commission. Now, this usually ranges from 5%. So by simply just sending DMs or hopping on a 30-second call, you can make your first bit of Wi-Fi money. Now, I do think appointment setting is the best place to start. You're simply just sending DMs and making money. You're not having to show your face or anything like that. It'll also give you a really good understanding of what offer you're actually on and the type of customers you're going to be working with. And essentially, you'll get to understand what the business's customers' problems are, and it's the most common stepping stone to get you up and going with closing later on as well. So our plan is, in the next 1 to 2 months, is to get you an appointment setting role to start with. And a lot of times when you're on these roles as an appointment setter, you prove yourself, show your work ethic, and then you eventually move up to a closing position for that business. And then once you get up to that closing role, it's a lot easier for you to hit them 10k per month in the big bucks, basically. Now, you're probably thinking, how do I even find these businesses or influencers? How can I actually land my first role? Now, you can get an appointment setting role in 2 different ways. Now, the first way is outreach. There is endless amounts of coaches, consultants, businesses via Instagram, Facebook, and what you're going to do is you're going to send them a message. An example message you'd say to these businesses is, hey Michael, love what you're doing with your business. I would love to join your team as an appointment setter. Please let me know if you have any room left in your team. Now, the best way I've found success with going about this is literally just sending a video of yourself saying this. It shows that you have confidence and you'll be standing out compared to other people that could be messaging that business as well. Endless amounts of other people that could be reaching out to this business via cold outreach as well. So you really need to put yourself in a position where you're standing out, and I would say filming yourself is the best way to go about it. Now, don't get me wrong, when you're first starting out, it could be hundreds and hundreds of messages of outreach to eventually land yourself these first clients. But there's multiple places where you'll find these roles, and on average in the first 2 weeks, you should have multiple opportunities to choose from. And then once you've landed this role, that's when the real work starts. You need to work like your life depends on it. You need to work as hard as you can in this role and do as much volume as you possibly can. Not only just to get the results and get the most amount of money, but it'll also put you in the best position to eventually move up to a closing role. They need to see you working your ass off in this appointment setting role to really potentially give you an offer as a closer to make the bigger money. Starting out as an appointment setter, you could be generating $500 to maybe up to about $5,000. Get your ass off. Once you've proved yourself to this business, then you're going to approach the sales director of that business, and then you're going to ask to transition into a closing role, assuming that you've actually put the work in. Now, once you've moved from an appointment setter into that closing role, it's the same process again. You're going to work your ass off. You're going to take as many calls as you can, not only just for the reason of, you're going to be earning more money, but you need to get as much feedback as possible in your first closing role to essentially lift your skill set. You're going to be hopping on these calls. You're going to review your own calls, see where you went wrong, where you went right. Once you really break down your calls and your skill set elevates, your commissions are just going to jump from level to level to level, and you're going to be bringing in more revenue for that business. Now, here's a few things that really helped me when I landed my first closing role. Number one is conviction. You genuinely need to believe in what you're selling, because if you don't believe in what you're selling, you're not going to speak with enough conviction, and you'll not get that customer over the line and make that money. The second thing is empathy. You must be able to effectively put yourself in the prospect's shoes, in the customer's shoes, so you can really understand what they're going through, what their problems are, and really make them feel understood. This isn't just Wolf of Wall Street sleazy sales. If you're leading with the sale and just thinking about the money, they're going to know that, and you're going to look like a dick. Now, thirdly is just have a human to human conversation. If the prospect feels like they're just getting sold by a salesman, they won't buy whatever you're selling. You need to tap into that human to human connection. You've actually got to connect with the prospect. The more genuine you are in your conversation, the more chance you're going to close that deal. Just adopt the mindset that you're simply talking to another person. They have a problem, you have the solution to their problem, and all you're doing is genuinely helping them. There's a lot of psychology around sales. It does get a bit deep, but the best way you're actually going to close some deals and have a higher chance is by taking as many sales calls as possible. It's a pure volume game when you're starting out. When you are on this high ticket offer, whatever business or influencer that you're selling for, you're going to open up your calendar as big as you can just to get that experience and getting that feedback to really progress into this high ticket sales space. For me personally, I've done 8 to 12 hours of sales calls a day before, and that's when I've seen the most progress. Now, obviously, when you're first starting out as an appointment setter, you could be working full time. That's completely fine if you're doing less hours, but if you really want to get up and going in this space, it's a volume game. It took me about 3.5 months with solid sales training to land my first closing role, to up to 7 months to the point where I was actually in that spot of making that money. Now, I'm no one special. I have no doubt you can do the same. Down to you. Now it's down to you just to put your head down, put in the work. But if you need any more advice or a hand with getting started, don't hesitate to reach me on Instagram, and I can definitely point you in the right direction and avoid the mistakes I made when I was first starting out. Let's get to work. I'll catch you.